All right, so we are live. So I do have some recognition I want to do real quick before, and y'all, today was kind of like this crazy whirlwind day. Autumn was actually a part of the group text with Ashley and everybody last night. So late last night, Macy Mayfield, where you at, boo? Autumn, she's my sister. I told you that, right? I can't remember. So Macy hit diamond today. She woke up and is officially a diamond coach. Congratulations. We were so freaking proud of you.
Thank you.
And another person I wanted to shout out was my bestie, Megan. She probably didn't know I was going to be doing this. This is her first month of Success Club, guys. So she will actually, she's starting month 1 of the Success Starter program. So I'm stoked and so excited for her. So she's on the leaderboard. I do want to share the leaderboard real quick, and then I will let anyone else chime in that wants to share good stuff too. So this is what we currently have for the Inspire Empire crew. So right now we've got a lot of people over here in the club. We've got myself and Shelby at Success Club 10. Kirsten's at 8. Kirsten has actually beat her personal best. This is the first month she has achieved 8 points. So way to go, girl. Macy's at 8, Megan's at 6, and Chris is at 6. We've got Sydney over here. This is her first month as well. She's got 2 points. We officially are a 3-star qualifying team today. I'm freaking out. Miss Shelby, you're on 4th week of 1-star. Yeah. So Shelby has a couple more weeks until she's officially a 1-star diamond coach. We've got Krista and Macy that are both diamonds. Miss Megan, that is a emerald. Kirsten and Courtney as well. So I'm just really freaking proud of this team and what you guys are doing and just completely stepping out of your comfort zones and making things happen. We still have a week from today that anything can change. All right. So don't forget that. But did any of my girls want to shout anybody out, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. If it's okay, I'll share my leaderboard real quick too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, present it.
Yes, I'm going to present it so we can see it big. So Allie, it's her birthday today. She's turned 21, so she's legal now. She is in her 4th week diamond qualification, and she's already at SC16. I'm at SC10, and then I have Jessie, who's at the beach, that's at 2. Danielle, who's not on tonight, is at 2. Jessie Hires, that is on tonight, is at 4. And then my sister Sloan signed up yesterday, and she had her 2nd discount coach enroll today. So she'll be an emerald next Thursday, just not official yet. So super proud of everybody, and just, you know, we all got a lot of momentum going on this Inspire Empire team, and yeah, I'm just really proud of everybody.
Me too. Krista, do you want to share anything?
I don't have I'm not on my computer, so I can't present something pretty to you. But my coach Alana, she hit Success Club today, yesterday, and she is emerald as well. And my other girls are working. They're trying to get there.
They're newbies. They're literally just like, they're new girls. So
yep.
Like, they're working. You're communicating. Like, you're doing the things. It's good.
Yes.
It's gonna be great. So awesome. Well, anybody else before I guess turn it over? You guys good? Good. Stoked. All right. So we have Autumn. I love Autumn so freaking much. I love her energy. Like, just I don't know. Like, every time I listen to her talk, I always get super fired up, and she's just like the nicest person like ever. And she's cute. Like, goals when I am 40? Aren't you 40? Yeah, like goals. So anyways, she is a 5-star elite, right? Coach, I'm still trying to like make sure I have everyone's accolades right. I know it's an accolade like Ashley always says, but I still think it's a freaking awesome accomplishment. She just got back from the big leadership retreat in Arizona, had major FOMO. But I'll be there next year. I'm planning on it. So, but honestly, girl, you go on with your bad self. You take the floor.
Okay. Thanks for having me on the call, you guys. I really appreciate it. And looking at your guys' leaderboards and shout outs, like you guys are doing amazing things here. This is incredible. I feel like honored to be on this call with you guys because maybe like y'all want to like tell me all the things you're doing right now instead. No, I'm kidding. I won't make you do that. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So what I'm going to tell you guys is you have to always keep one foot in front of the other in this business. First of all, I'm going to start there. That's not even where I was planning on starting, but I'm going to tell you guys because there's going to be times, especially like when you rock it at first, especially, and like you get going, you're like, yeah, this is so great. Something in your life is going to happen. I would love to tell you your life's just going to be awesome forever, right? But unfortunately, we're going to have things happen. And that is when the time when people who have been rocking it, I've seen this because you guys have been a coach. I should introduce myself and say a little bit more. I will in a minute, I guess. I'm just hopping in. I get so passionate talking about this stuff. But, you know, I've been a coach for over 3 years now, and I've seen like when life get hard, people who are just crushing it, like, oh, I just need to take a step back. Oh, I'm having a hard day. And like that is the worst thing you can do for your business, for your goals, for your dreams, for your future. Like, one foot in front of the other. That's what you've got to remember. Okay. So if you remember anything, and I remember early on, I felt there were months, you know, sometimes there's some months where I'm just like, woo, Success Club, coming to me. So, and someone told me who'd been coaching for a while, she said, don't ever stop your conversations because when it's easy and you're like, oh, it's easy and you slow down the conversations, then when it's hard, you got no one to talk to. And she's like, don't ever. And that piece of advice I remember from very early on. And I followed it. And I like to go back and pull it because if you go back on my social media, like don't do it because I'll be embarrassed. But you'll see some pretty bad posts. And I like to post those in my team page and be like, girls, it wasn't my pretty pictures that made everybody run. It's the fact that I made new conversations every single day. Every day when I started, I was messaging people. And sometimes, like, it would be inviting, but sometimes it would literally be like, oh my gosh, your camping trip looked fun. Where did you go? Oh, your shoes are so cute. Tell me where you got them. Things like that. I also invited, but I also started new conversations. I've done that since day one. That is what got me to always hit Success Club. So a little bit about me. I did start, I am 40, as she said. And sometimes I'm like, is that a good thing to put on my social media? Or is that going to like make everybody run? Like, what's this old lady doing? I don't, creepy old lady trying to get me to join her group. I never know. But whatever, it is. I'm 40. And I have been, so I started coaching at 36, almost 37 years old. Right then, you guys, that could have been my excuse to not do this. Like, oh, I'm too old, right? But I was like, no, why not me? Like, why not me? And that's always been something I've held on to. Like, if other people can do it, I can do it. I can figure this out. I'm a hard worker. That's something I know about myself is I can work hard. So whatever else could fall around me, but I can still show up to work. And that's another thing I'm going to tell you is like, show up, work hard, because hard work does not go unrewarded. Sure, it might take you some time, but you know what? Everything that is worth it can be hard and take time. That's not a bad thing. Honestly, if you've ever been given anything so easy, it's probably not lasting. And all the things like you have, like, I mean, hopefully you have happy, you know, relationships or whatever, whether it's your marriage, your friends or whatever, you've probably gone through hard times with them, but that's still like getting through that makes it even better. So remember that. But so I started at 36 years old. I was a health and PE teacher. That's what I thought I wanted to do forever. People, you know, I used to tell people, if I win the lottery, I would still be a teacher. I love it that much. That's what I used to think. And then I got hard and it changed. Teaching changed a lot, you guys. I started teaching like 17, 18 years ago or something now. God, that's crazy. But I did. And then it started to change and it wasn't the same thing it used to be. And I was like, why is this so hard? Why is this job getting so hard? What I didn't realize, and this is something, you guys, I mean, if you believe in God or the universe or whatever, I believe I believe that God brings the universe power, whatever, but put that aside, whatever. But think about the saying. I once heard it like the universe throws pebbles at you, and then rocks, and then boulders. And I like to think like God throws pebbles, giving you hints, do this, then rocks, and then boulders, like do it. And that's what I felt like was happening in my life with Beachbody. I was getting these little pebbles. Why is my life so hard? Why is my teaching job so hard? Why am I feeling unfulfilled? Why, why, and instead I wasn't looking at like, oh, Beachbody being thrown at me, right? But I'd gone through a miscarriage between my second and third child. Then I got pregnant, had a third child, gained a bunch of weight, had like 65 pounds to lose. My husband is a full-time varsity baseball coach, and we live in Oregon. And sometimes I forget when I explain like why that's even harder is because it rains a ton here, you guys. So he would have to leave really early to do his teaching job. Then he would be at the fields cleaning, drying the fields, or going and working at the track after the track team practices. He wouldn't get home till really late at night. And this went on like most of the year. Varsity baseball starts in like January and goes to like August. So he's gone all the time. And then we have a mortgage, 3 kids in daycare, like all the things, right? So I had every excuse to not do this. I'm old. I'm too busy. We don't have the money, all the things, because I also 3 kids in daycare was like a second mortgage on top of my first mortgage, on top of 2 master's degree student loans, because in Oregon, you have to have a master's degrees to be a teacher, but you get paid a teacher's salary. It's ridiculous. Robbery. But anyway, so like I had all the excuses to not do it. But I was like, I creeped Ashley for forever. Ashley is my coach, like right above me. And I actually didn't know she was a Beachbody coach. I was following her, you guys, because I liked her healthy recipe ideas because I'm trying to lose 65 pounds of baby weight. I liked her makeup tips because I'm trying to hide the fact that I felt miserable on the inside. And then I liked that she was sharing a lot of positivity. She was a light on my feed. And I was actually working really hard on my mindset after I had that miscarriage. It was very hard for me. I discovered personal development after my miscarriage. And actually, I would say that changed my life and brought Beachbody to me. But yeah, do I think back then, God's like, hello, here it is. And I was ignoring it. Yeah. But my first program was P90X when I had my son 8 years ago. And guess what? I quit because I didn't have a coach. I didn't follow a nutrition plan, and I didn't think to modify it. It was hard for me. I didn't have a group of women to talk to. I worked out with my husband who could kill the program, and I was like barely, doing jumping jacks like this because I'm nursing and everything hurt. And so but you guys, do you know how angry I am that I didn't have someone reach out to me back then when I was doing it and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this, joining as a coach or doing this boot camp? I'm so angry now that I didn't get that opportunity. No one reached out to me and invited me. And so I always think about that when I reach out and invite somebody. That could have been me. You guys, Lindsay Matway started around the same time that I did. When I saw her story, I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? So, but I quit. And so then I didn't start again until 3 years ago. But anyway, so I stalked Ashley for a long time. And didn't even know she was a coach, but then she was talking about this Whole Foods cleanse that she was doing. It's Ultimate Reset, but I didn't know that at the time. And then I messaged her. She messaged me back. I did a little digging, found it, and I was like, it's like $200 something for Beachbody. What's Beachbody? I didn't even know. And I looked up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do not want your sales stuff. And I don't remember where I was or whatever, but I had decided I'm going to unfollow this girl. I don't want even her salesy stuff on my feed. And then I just didn't, and somehow still stalked her. And then like months later joined her. I don't even know how long, but you guys, I think I sent her one message after following her for a lot of months, and then ghosted her. And then I think I sent her another one and then ghosted her. And that went on for a little bit. And then finally one day I'm like, okay, I think I'll sign up. And then she was like, okay, which kind of coach you want to be? And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe a hobby coach. Let me just see what I think of it. Okay. And I was like so wishy-washy. I got the link in June, you guys. I didn't sign up till the middle of July with that link. So, okay. So I was like the world's worst. And so, but the point is that with that, you guys, is like, if she would have not shown up every single day, when I told you guys, I didn't really have the money to invest in this. We as teachers got paid the end of June for all of July, August, and September. And so I was like, basically took September bill month, paid for it, and was like, I better earn that money back or we won't have water in September. I don't know. But I was like trying to figure that out. So, but if she didn't show up every day, you guys, to show me the value of that pack, I would have never purchased. But she showed up every day showing me the value of that pack. What I know now, during that time, one of her diamond coaches quit on her right before I signed up. I didn't even know that, you guys. She was not actually getting all these Success Club points. I think when I first started, she had like 16, Success Club 16, 18. Okay, you guys, she was in the hard and she was showing up every single day. And I still remember that because I was for a couple months, was debating the value of this challenge pack. So if people think it's too expensive, they are watching you to see if it's worth the value. So don't ever stop showing up, even when it gets hard, which I'll talk a lot about that. But so when I started, I decided I'm going to go all in this program. I know that you can, have your treats and whatever, but I need to prove this program works. It was 21-day fix on DVD back then. Nobody was really using Beachbody on demand. It came with like a month trial and everybody just canceled it. Nobody used it, which is crazy because it's such a great value. We just didn't. Yeah. So I had my little DVDs popping in every single day doing my DVD workouts. And I was like, I'm going to prove either that this works and then I'm going to start earning my money back, or I'm going to prove it doesn't work and return it. And again, being a health and PE teacher, having a master's degree in like nutrition and fitness, I knew that this was the right thing. And that's kind of why I researched Shakeology and I was like, this is legit. This is like real nutrients. It's not chemicals. It's real stuff that I need. My hair was falling out from trying to lose weight. I was trying to run all these hills and do all this stuff because I couldn't afford to go to a gym or have the time to do it. So I kind of knew this could really work, but I also thought 30 minutes a day, yeah, right. So I just figured I'll just either prove it does or doesn't. I went all in, you guys. My results were amazing, but the number one thing is I noticed how I felt. I felt so different. I've had digestive issues since my early 20s, and going on to Shakeology and drinking it every single day, they all went away. At first a lot went away, you know what I mean? Like after a while, everything like went to normal and I felt great. And I was like, I have had these digestive issues for like 16 years. I have gone to multiple doctors like, oh yeah, this. I've researched. I was making these big salads that had like everything in them that would maybe help me. And then one day, Shakeology came into my life. And I was just like, this for real. And I had more energy. I felt more alive. My husband saw it. So he's like, I think I want to try it. So easy, sign up discount coach right there. And then my running partner was another person. She didn't really want the workouts. She wanted Shakeology, which we were like, what? But she had saw the way it worked for me and me talking about it. Like I talked about it. I don't know if you guys watched or saw the Danielle's call on Monday night about not making it too hard. But she did a call on that and she basically said, if you love a restaurant, you just go tell people, oh, it's in your team page. Okay, great, Kayla. I just saw that pop up. But you just tell people you love it. That's how I was. I would told everybody, oh my gosh, I'm doing this new thing. I didn't say, I'm going to be a Beachbody coach. I need coaches under me. I just said, I'm doing this new thing that I love to do. I feel great and I want to share it. And oh my gosh, you should try it. And that's how I talk to people. My running partner wanted it. My husband wanted it. A couple ladies I work with. It was summer and I'm a teacher, but good old Facebook. I'm talking about it on Facebook by then, like a week in. I started saying, you guys, this is like, and again, it's embarrassing. It's like a picture of me like this saying, I've been doing this new in-home workout for like a week. I feel incredible. My bloat has gone away because I just got back from vacation. And I already even down 6 inches. If you guys want to do it with me, let me know. I would love to have some accountability partners. That's how I said it. I wasn't like, I'm joining this new Beachbody thing. I'm going to be a coach. Who wants to join my team? Because you know what? I was just sharing what I loved, saying you should do it too. So that's how I started. I hit Emerald so I signed up on July 14th, got my challenge pack on the 21st because it takes a whole week to get here. Oregon's great that way from Ohio. And then I had it like the 21st. And so from the 21st of July to the 31st, everybody was off at Summit, not the whole 10 days, but if you've been to Summit, you know how it goes. It's crazy. But so I didn't meet with Ashley. There was no email that went out said go start here, whatever. Just say, she said, I'm gonna get you in these pages, poke around, blah, blah, blah. That was about it. So I just started searching. I found what now is the Coach University, but back then it was called the 14-Day Smart Start. I found that on my own. I just started doing it on my own. I think I finished it in like 10 days. I started applying every single day. I did my assignment. I hit Success Club and went Emerald in those 10 days. Just because I was like, it wasn't like I was like, I've got to do this fast. Just did the things that the coaches told me to do. And I heard early on something, Ashley said, like, if you want to be successful in this business, be coachable. That hit home to me because my husband and I were sports coaches, and we have had so many conversations about our student athletes who didn't make it to the next level because they didn't listen to the coaching. And like, oh, it was so sad that, so-and-so quit or got cut. If only they would have done this. They've only told them 10 times. They didn't agree. And that hit home to me. So be coachable. You're going to be cut. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, that was huge to me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do what the successful coaches tell me to do. They told me to go Emerald. They told me to hit Success Club. Remember, I told you guys, I didn't have the money for the first one. So I sure didn't have money for the second one. My husband saw it and he believed in it. And I said, I will get our money back. I will make this work. I will do this. And he was like, okay. He trusted me. He didn't probably trust them, but I trusted them. I knew Danielle was a former teacher as well. So it was that trust that he's like, okay, I'll trust you to do this then, Autumn. I mean, if anything, because I signed up my running partner and a couple ladies at work. We at least got that money back. So if we reinvest, we're just out one more time. So anyway, I just went all in. And then I started sharing my life depended on it because our bills depended on it. And, but really at the end of the day, it was because I loved it. I loved it because I went all in. I didn't halfway do it and halfway get results. I went all into that 21-day fix. And if you follow me all, and I'm not saying any of you should or have to, I enjoy my drinks and my treats. And so to go to 3 treats a week, I remember I'd pour because back then, I don't know if you've really seen these videos, but Autumn used to suggest you put your wine in a yellow and then pour it in a wine glass. And that is how much wine you have. I did that in the 21-day fix. And then I would be like, this is so sad. So I filled with sparkling water to try to fool myself. And I did that for my 3 weeks, but my results were incredible. And then a lot of people, I want to say, you guys, I couldn't even tell you, double digits. I don't know. It felt like I was messaging forever because I didn't even use messaging and stuff before I started coaching, which that's a whole other thing. But they all asked me what are you doing? And then I think one other person signed up and I was like, all right, well, I got one, right? And then I learned, Ashley say, I get ghosted all the time. You're going to hear crickets. That's okay. That's what successful coaches hear and see too. It is okay. And so I thought, okay, then that's okay. I'm on the right path if other people hear it too and it's still happening. And I just kept going. And then I moved back to work, got super busy, but I thought, but I've got to keep going. I have a goal and I have a vision. And if I stop now, I never get there. If I slow down, okay, I'm still going to work on me, but I'm going to stop sharing. Maybe I'll post on Friday when I have some free time. I'm never going to get there. They're going to go sign up with the girl who's showing up every day, right? I need to be showing up every day. I need to be the girl that's accountable. And I just decided, you know what? I'm going to act like I'm the best coach ever and they want to sign up with me or they're crazy because otherwise they're going to go sign up with the best coach ever who wants everybody to sign up with her, right? So that's how I started sharing. But I didn't share it I'm so good, you want to sign up with me? I shared it it came from my heart, this has been incredible. I feel so good. My results are so good. Do this with me. This will change your life. I guess I don't want to say, this can change your life. This changed my life. Like that, because then that's who doesn't want to be if someone walked in the room and said that to me, I'd be like, what are we doing, right? So imagine that you're talking to people in person. You don't have to think okay, this is really weird. Talk to them like they're in the room with you because that feels really good. It makes them feel like they're part of your life. It makes that connection happen. So that's how I started. Now, did I go so I told you I went Emerald right away, hit Success Club right away. And then did I go right to Diamond? No. I wish I was Shelby. Shelby, I watched her call. I was peeking in the Diamond Dash group because I had some girls in there and saw your call. That was amazing. Congratulations. It took me You're welcome. It took me like 8 months to get to diamond. And you guys, it was not, it was not easy for me by any means. Like I told you, my husband's still coaching baseball full time. I'm still teaching. My teaching job went to like, I was teaching health and PE. And by the last year I worked, I was teaching health, PE, health, PE, health, PE. So I was running back and forth in that building all day long. Even though I was a veteran teacher, they didn't care. They'd throw me in spaces they need me. I was so freaking busy. I like remember one day I just shut my classroom door and walked out in my prep and didn't even know where I was going. I was just walking, crying. And I'm like, why? You know, because you're supposed to be coaching Beachbody. I didn't know that then. But it was really hard for me. And I remember one day I finally set up Travis was Emerald, my husband. And then I get another emerald right under him. So I'm like, oh no, I can't go diamond with 2 emeralds under me. So I'm the same. That happened. So then I'm like, yes, I got another emerald over here. Finally built this other emerald over here. This girl on one of Travis's girls cancels like on a Wednesday. Well, like it was Tuesday because they don't do cancellation Wednesday. So I'm like rushing to try to get a girl under there. Didn't happen. So he dropped. So I got this one. Then I get this other girl under him to act up and I'm like, yes. And then this one cancels and then drops. And I'm like, that happened to me for a couple months. I remember actually being like in October, like, you're almost emerald or almost diamond. I'm like, I know. And then it went through like all the way, didn't happen for a long time because those things were happening. It was just hard. And then, you know, of course I would get the people like, I'm going to coach this business. I started my team page when I had 2 people who told me they wanted to coach on my team. One of them quit like a month later. And one of them has hit Success Club like twice, but she's still on for discounts or whatever. But you guys, I was just like, that's okay. I'm going to act like I'm running a team now. And I would still put not a lot of stuff in there, but I always showed up like, this isn't something I'm trying. This is something I am doing. Because if you act like I'm going to try this, you're always just going to be trying it. But if you're like, I am doing this, you better get a team page. You better start, looking at success systems to pull people in, etc. Now, do you have to do it all at once? No, but little, what I mean? Just like bits and pieces. Like I said, at first my team page was just those 2 people and I would just post things in that I don't know if they ever read. But then when I had my amazing coach come in, she had resources, right? So that's kind of how I thought of it. Let's see. So in that time, I got my diamond. I was so excited, got my diamond. Like right after that, one of my emeralds was like, you know what? I'm going to cancel my husband. We just can't afford the extra. I'm like, okay, don't do that because, well, first of all, I wasn't even like, my diamond, but I was like, don't do that because you want to start building your volume under there because that's going to pay out, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I just don't see the long-term, I tried. But so then that happened at the same time I was doing Insanity Max 30 for the first time. That was before we have all these new ones. And I was like, I'm going to commit. I'm going to do it. I like get started on it. I don't know how many weeks in. And then I was teaching PE and ran into a wall and my wrist, I sprained my wrist. It was all swollen. No upper body stuff for a while. So then I had to switch over to Country Heat, which I didn't love. It's the second time I had done it. I didn't love it, but I was like showing people, you know what? This library is amazing because I can switch over to this other program. Thank goodness I can do that. Instead of being like, oh, my life's hard, it's sprained, I don't want to do it, I'm in a funk. I was like, all right, well, I bet I still have to hit Success Club because that's my job. So I better figure out how. And I started showing Country Heat and how great it is we can switch it up. So I did that. Then I lost my diamond right around that time and I was all bummed, like, oh, I didn't say, oh, great, this is too hard. I said, well, dang, I better double my points to get my diamond back so I don't lose it again. And that was when I was like, I'm never going to drop diamond again because that didn't feel good. I didn't like that I had taken a pay cut because when when you're earning $18 a cycle and then you go down, you take a pay cut. I'm like, I freaking voluntarily took a pay cut in my own business. I'm not doing that again. So I was like, I'm going to double my goals so that doesn't happen again. So got it back, never lost it since. But I will say it was hard. It was looking in my back office every single day, looking at that Thursday, highlighting those problem areas, be like, what can I do? Talking to people, like saying, what can I do to help you? How can I help you? What do you need? What are your goals? Isn't your goal this? How can I help you get to here? What are you doing to get to there? Having those conversations. Is that easy? No. But you know what? It's not easy either. Working a teaching job that every single year, I already knew what I was going to get paid. They have it lined up. Doesn't matter how hard I work, but they're saying you're going to get paid this much this year. Doesn't matter how many extra hours I spent in the classroom, how many extra assignments I redid, how many, times I gave kids food or had to go buy them stuff for school, I got paid the same. That was hard. This business where I get paid more, the harder I work and the more I pour into it, is pretty freaking incredible. So you know what? Every job is going to be hard. You just get to choose the hard. It's never going to be like, I don't know. I saw a saying that I fell in love with. It was actually a follower that I messaged. And her little tagline said, when people say life is hard, I say compared to what? And then I was like, hey, you should coach on my team. You're my kind of girl. So, but that was something I thought was really cool because it's all hard. Like, what are you comparing it to? Like, we have it pretty freaking good, right? We get to talk to people. I mean, seriously, we get to talk to people online and make an income. Our mamas probably would have dreamed for this job, right? This wasn't even an opportunity to bring an extra income home back then. But now we get to do this. We get to do this. So yeah, it's not easy, but it's incredible. So I've always felt like too that, oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. But I was going to say on my journey, so about the diamond thing or whatever, and then I continued on. So I got invited to go into the 80-Day Obsession original test group. And I don't know how long you guys have been coaches or whatever, but back then, it wasn't like it is now. Like, it was top secret. They didn't even tell the coaches about the program or whatever. They asked us, they sent us our material, they put us in this little group, and it was titled like ADD test group. I don't even know what ADD stands for now, but that's what it was. It was like even a secret title. We didn't even know who the trainer was going to be. We're like waiting patiently. We got packages. We open and we see sliders and bands. We like dug into all the trainers' page and we found an old post with Autumn with sliders and bands. We're like, maybe it's Autumn. We didn't know anything. And then one day she just pops up on the screen in this video we're waiting for. And we're like, oh my gosh. And she's telling us about it. And she's like, and no alcohol or treats for 80 days. And I'm like, what did I just sign up for? But I was already in it and I was like, this is a blessing. I'm going to do it. I was not in a good mindset about it because I like my treats and I was really miserable the whole test group. I get to day 68, but I'm like, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to get results. I'm getting great results. I've probably never seen my like abs and my muscles so much in my life, and I probably never will again. But at that time, I'm not doing it. And then my back went out, you guys. I was kind of having back problems for a few weeks, but I didn't want to say anything. I was trying to power through. And then on day 60, I go to bend over to pick up my daughter at church and I can't get back up. I'm stuck bent over. I was so embarrassing. I'm like grabbing onto things. I go and I sit down. I call my husband. I'm like, I think I need help getting out of this chair. I cannot even get up. It was that bad. I was on my back flat for 3 days. Couldn't, and they said, don't miss a day. You're in the test group, blah, blah, blah. Could not finish it. Finally got into the doctors. They're like, no, you cannot work out. You are done. So then that was in October. I was super bummed. I had this big opportunity. I'd even gotten in this really crappy mindset trying to get through it. And I couldn't even finish it. Like, I was devastated. But you know what I did? I kept going because I had no choice. This is my business. This is what I need to do. This is how I figure out. And actually, in the meantime, I should tell you, at that time is when I walked away from, because this was in October, and that September, I was offered the opportunity to do an online teaching job that was like paid this much compared to my teaching salary, which already was like, teaching salary is this much, paid like this much. But I had the opportunity to do that and come home because of Beachbody. And so with that, I was going to bring home more money than I was just as a teacher. And so I accepted it, and then my back went out and I couldn't work out. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys this very honestly. And I like to say this, like, listen to all of this. But at that point, I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit Beachbody that October because I was like, I can't do this. This is hard. What's going to happen? I'm getting old and my back hurts and blah, 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 and poor me and wah, wah. And I wanted to quit. But then I was like, but of course, now I quit my job and I have to work this because I don't have the money. Like, it's that thing like that have to. Like, I mean, it's pretty cool the way that, again, I was being thrown like rocks and boulders, like to be like, no, you can't quit. You're going to keep going. And I had to show people that it worked. And so, you know what I did? I pulled out the nutrition stuff, talked about nutrition, how I can still focus on nutrition, especially this time of year when nutrition can get really bad for people, and I can keep my nutrition in check with this such easy thing, and I can still have my treats. I'm still going to have my wine at the Christmas parties or whatever. Then I pulled out the 3-day yoga retreat. When I got to where I could move enough, and they told me I could do yoga, I started sharing that. I remember at one point I was grabbed my ring light and I'm walking through the house, barely moving with my ring light. My husband's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I have to do this. He's like, no, you're back. And I'm like, my doctor said I can, and I have to show up for my business. He's like, maybe I should be videotaping you to like send it to your coaches to show them what you do, And that's, I think, when he first kind of got that I'm like really serious about this, right? When he saw like, oh, she's really going to keep going. I didn't miss Success Club, you guys. I still hit Success Club, not being able to work out and with a back that was out that whole fall, winter. I came into January, and I remember even still having kind of back problems. My doctor released me to work out. 80-day obsession officially was a release like January 15th. I did it for a few days, and I remember I even messaged Ashley then saying, I just don't know if I can do this program. My back hurts so bad, and my mind's not right about the nutrition still. And I think she said, well, switch to a different program. She was like cool about it. But then something inside me said, no, Autumn, you didn't complete it. You need to complete it. And show everybody this program that you got such great results in. Being perfect, you can still get good results in with some treats, because I didn't get to have treats. I was like, oh, okay, I can still find my tribe with this program. So did it again. I signed my first coach that went diamond that ended that January. That's when she signed up, and she went diamond in 41 days that January. If I would have quit when it got hard there and my back didn't hurt, she would have never signed up with me. She would have found the coach who was still showing up the way I did. She signed up in January after I went through that and started back up and did the program, didn't think, oh, it's too hard for me, I should quit. Went all in, did it. Well, all in with my drinks and treats. That's always part of the all in for me. But anyway, then after she did it in 41 days, then all these other girls who are doing the program, like, well, I'm doing 80-day obsession too. I can probably do this too. And then it just kind of created the momentum that maybe you guys know when you have your friends on this team doing this, you're like, yeah, let's link arms and let's do this together. And that is when my team really took off. And that was that, like, I had shown up, but I didn't have my tribe of people showing up. But then when I did have that girl who saw me showing up and was like, I'm going to show up, then I found this tribe of people like, I'm going to show up. We're going to show up. This is what we do. But if I didn't show up for that, what was it, year and a half before that, you guys, every freaking day, if I would have, when I was hurt, said, oh, it's okay if I miss Success Club this month. You know what? And my business just wouldn't have taken off. It wouldn't have done what it did. I had to continue to show up. I had to make my business a priority. You wouldn't start a new, clothing shop, right? A new clothing shop. And then on days it's rainy, just be like, I'm not going to open today. Or like, I'm tired. I'm not going to go in today. You know what? Show up. Do your job. You don't want, you would open those doors every day that hours say that the store should be open. You would open it. Same with this business. Show up every day to work your business. And otherwise, they're going to go with the people who don't. Make it a priority. Your job, you guys, is to help people, right? That's what coaches do, right? I don't mean it like your job, but coaches help people. So then Success Club is helping people. So hitting Success Club, you are doing your job description, helping people. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, Success Club, but no, legit, that's Beachbody's way of saying, here's this marker for you so that we can help you make sure your business is growing every month, because it's your business and we want to help you with it. And this marker will continue to grow your business every month. That's what it is. But Success Club 5 is like, we're going to make sure that your stuff gets paid for and you get a little bit back. But then when you go 10 above, it's like, okay, you're building this business, right? So you look at what's your goal and your priority and you shoot for that and continue to shoot for that. But again, if I got hired at Starbucks and they're like, okay, so we want to teach you how to make this coffee and we want to teach you how to do this. And I'm like, no, I just really like your coffee and I like the ambience. I'm just going to hang here and drink your coffee, but I'll tell everybody how good your coffee is. I wouldn't work at Starbucks, right? I wouldn't work at Starbucks. I'd be a patron. So same thing with what kind of coach you are. If you're I'm not really going to make it a priority to do the things the coaches have taught me, then you're just sitting there drinking your coffee at Starbucks, right? But be a worker at Starbucks, and then, not there, stay here, coach. But you know what I'm saying? You got to continue to show up and on those goals. If you want to run a business, this is the cheapest business ever to start, ever to start. And as soon as someone tells me, well, it's expensive, I'm like, okay, then cool, then don't coach, because it's not expensive. It's freaking cheap. It's cheaper than any gym that I've ever heard of. It is amazing that you guys, okay, so if you even want to compare it to a gym membership, your basic gym membership, most of them are more expensive still, and you don't get a personal trainer with it. We get a ton of personal trainers running on through programs as long as we want in our home. It's incredible. Plus nutrition, plus all the other things. It's so freaking cheap. So, I mean, you just have to have that mind right to be able to really plug through the hard times with this business, which I've also told you guys. I did personal development before I started this business. I do not go without my personal development. And I can always tell, like I would just talk to coach yesterday. She's like, I've been trying all these things and blah, 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 blah. I said, what PD are you doing? Because I could tell in her message to me. And she's like, oh yeah, honestly, I haven't been doing that. And I'm like, at least you're honest. Because sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this one. I'm like, what page are you on? And then they're like, they don't want to tell me because they're not. But you guys, like, it shows, your personal development shows through. So that's always a really, really important piece of working through the hard parts of the business, because it is going to get hard sometimes, but everything is going to get hard. And do you guys know how many people, well, first of all, do you guys ever hear about that wine MLM? I'm just going to talk about that for like 2 seconds. But it came around like a couple years ago. A bunch of Beachbody coaches tried to go to it. It closed down the other day, completely shut down this wine MLM. Some of you probably never heard of it. There's a reason. It was not a very legit business, but they promised quick success. It was going to be so much easier because everyone loves to drink wine. Not everyone loves to work out. Guess what? Before that business even closed down, I heard from people, corporate people, but I won't say who, that a bunch of those coaches were coming back. And they'd been like 2, 3, 4-star, and they're having to start back as a coach and work back up, because there's really nothing freaking as good as this business. Once you get in and get going, it's an incredible thing. But everything is going to be hard. So don't let hard stop you. You are tough. You can do hard things. That's what you need to teach yourself. You don't need to teach yourself that this is too hard. I'm not made for this. I can't blah, 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 blah. You need to teach yourself, I'm freaking tough and I can do anything. And the tougher I get, the better this is going to get for me. So that's really where you need to go with this. So I probably forgot like 10 million things that I wanted to talk about, but I'll kind of stop there and see if you have any questions or anything.
I love you.
I love you.
I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks. I'm just saying that.
I know, it'll be fun.
Thank you. I don't know. I just feel like even with me, like it's always good to hear this again, like the tough love, the just staying in when it gets tough, because I don't know. That's like the one thing. And I always tell people, I'm like, I was always consistent at one thing, and that was being inconsistent. And this business has allowed me to be more consistent and to, it's literally the only thing I've ever been consistent at. But I tell my coaches, I'm like, that is why I'm still here. That's why people want to go with me when they've followed other coaches, because I show up daily, no matter what it looks like. It's not always workout videos or, shouting at my team and things like that. Like, it may just be a simple picture you put on your story when you aren't feeling good, but you can still show up in some way, shape, or form. So,
yes,
definitely.
Yeah.
Looks like Krista asked if you had any PD suggestions.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a ton of them. In fact, I have a graphic that I can send, but there's a lot of typos. So I'm like, I always feel really bad sending out because one of these days I need to go through and fix it, but I made it really quick for my boot camp. But I'll go in and look at the photo really quick and at least tell you some. Yeah. But yeah, I made it for my my boot camp because I push PD. I'm a little PD pusher. But they were like, what do you have? And so I made this thing that talks about all this different all the different little tips or different kinds of PD. But then I made it so fast. I look back and I was like, that's embarrassing. That looks like it looks like my 8-year-old son maybe made it. He's super smart. So he probably would have done better. Oh my gosh. Okay. So maybe I'm just not going to find it at the moment, but let me think off the top of my head. I'll just go into my Audible, because I do Audible, you guys, because again, as I told you, I'm so busy, but there's a will, there's a way there. That's just really the truth. And so the way I make things work is I do Audible. You guys, I'm doing a book club actually, because I was like, I need to go ahead and do something for me. I love it. but I'm cheating and I'm doing it on Audible because I didn't really have time to add a book club to my life. So I'm doing it. I'm doing that on Audible too. So, you know, there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Okay. So my library. So first of all, right now I'm reading this one called Leaders Eat Last. I think I love it, but I think it's more for like leader. It kind of talks about making your team like more like a space people want to be at. But I also think it's good when you're like looking at challenge groups and stuff like that and make it a space that people want to be at, not feel threatened about or whatever. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm kind of liking it.
Okay.
I'm liking it. You Are a Badass at Making Money changed my entire business, you guys. Last year I read 10X. If you haven't read 10X Rule, I loved it. It's tough love. He's basically going to be like one of the quotes that stuck with me is successful people don't complain about being busy. Successful people get results no matter how busy they are. And I was like, wow, okay, because I'm busy. Check yourself, Autumn. But there's a lot of really good things in there. I loved it. And then I wrapped that. I finished 10X Rule. And right after that, did You Are a Badass at Making Money. And you guys, I grew up, I'm a farm girl from the country. And like, I don't really show that a lot because I didn't ever feel like I fit there. But that's how I grew up. And we didn't have a lot. And my dad started a business and we gained money through his business. And by the time I graduated, it was different. But we didn't have a lot when I was little. And so it was very much like, we don't need money. We're good people. We're nice people. Nice people don't need money. Oh, those people have money, blah, 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 right? And it was very much like how, like one thing she says in it is like, you don't say, oh, the sun is evil. The sun is the sun. You don't say that pizza is evil. I mean, maybe we do say that pizza is evil. Whatever it is, the pen is evil. The pen is the pen. You know what I mean? But money is money. It's what people do with it. And some people do incredible things with money. And so she had you think about it. Like if you had money, what are amazing things you could do with the world? What are things, you know what I mean? And really just wrapped your head around that. But it's not just money. It's also with anything you desire, anything you want, and your mindset and how what's holding you back. Like she talks about how she realized her dad was a doctor and took care of her. And she was kind of afraid that if she didn't need money, he would feel like she didn't need him. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like, what's that thing that's holding you back really? And it was really eye-opening. So last year when I read the 10X Rule and then You Are a Badass at Making Money right next to each other, it flipped my business around too. That was pretty incredible.
Well, yeah, because you went 5-star elite last year. Like it was a total 180. Like
I went from diamond to 5-star last year and actually grew 6 diamonds last year and then 2 more this year. But they weren't all held at the same time. So I've just held 5-star. But so I grew 8 diamonds within like basically a year. And it was just that shift in like, okay, yeah. And then 5-second rule, I love, again, if you
that too.
Yeah, if you feel it, go for it. Stop thinking about it. And that's something I even lately have been thinking I need to reread it. Because again, am I busy? I write it down and I have 100 lists and I'm not getting my crap done. So, the subtle art of not giving an F is a good one to hear. But that's a really good one I kind of liked. And it's really about caring about the right things and letting go of the things that, stop like strangling things that you can't control, let them go and care about the right things. That was really good for me. You Are a Badass, the original one, that was good, but I read that a long time ago. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It's actually a really good book about the science of what positive mindset can do for you and your body and your emotions and actually the science in your body. Those are some good, there's even more, but I can send you that graphic that I have and that kind of describes all of them, but those are like probably some of my very favorite ones. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So Miss Sydney is one of my newer coaches as well. She said, what is your biggest advice to a new working nurse about posting on days when she's working 12-hour shifts? Her days are typically like 4:45 in the morning till 8 p.m. because she drives. We live near Nashville, so it's about a 45-minute drive for her, and that's where she works. And she has minimal to no lunch, but she's eager to grow her business and finally make Emerald. And she's just one coach away from Emerald.
Okay.
Throwing
that
out
this, girl. Yeah. By next week. So here's what I do. So you guys, I still work that online teaching job still. And so I'm only actually supposed to post like 1/2 hour midday before and after. I know it's not the same as your hours, but here's what I do. I will walk around the house, make posts and save them, like stories, and save them, and then post them like they happened in that lunch, or post them as they happened at 3:30. Like I took my daughter to the dentist at 9 o'clock this morning when I'm technically supposed to be in my computer. If somebody finds this call, I'm dead. But anyway, so then, but I posted it at like 3:30 today, you guys. So plan ahead, make posts, and then just wait till you can post them. Another thing, you guys, is this was literally how I used to organize my life. You guys, I'm so organized. Even now, like and it's horrible. We walk in the front door, there's like this front room, and then there's my office, and people can see it. And my office is always the most scattered mess room in the house. And the rest of that's like, it's awful, but that's how I work. So this is, you guys, I'm just going to show you because I needed to make it work. This was my organization system when I first started. I wasn't using Instagram like at all. And I was trying back then, don't do this, but I was trying to do a business page on Facebook and a personal page on Facebook. So I would do this, and I would write business and personal, a B and a P across the top of the page. And I would do this. And back then it was posted 3 to 5 times a day, not one to do. It was ridiculous. So I would do this, and then I would do this on these days, like this day, and on the opposite page I'd do the same thing, and then I would do this one on this one. And then basically, so I knew I didn't make 5 posts, and I would think it out. Recipe, family. Oh, if I did family here, I better do family over here on this one. That's what it looked like. And then I would go like Monday, okay, I'm going to pull out a post, and then I would do it, cross it off. And that was how I planned ahead when my life was crazy busy. I just kind of knew what I was going to post. I would maybe take 10 million pictures. I still do this, you guys. Like I look like this most of the days of my life. But when I get my hair done or do my makeup, I change my outfits 20 times and take tons of pictures. And then I can pull them out and put them up with maybe my motivational quote from my PD that's due to go in my list or whatever. And so I would say just when you do have time, plan way ahead. Maybe lay it out, maybe a little more organized than that. But that's what I did for probably my first year of my business. But you guys, that's why I say your messages are where you're going to be successful, because that's what I did. But I messaged every stinking day. So yeah.
It's funny you say that because I just started pre-recording stuff when I have time. And I recorded some fall decor thing, and I was like, oh, I'll just put this in my back pocket for later, let people see what my table looked like or whatever. And I shared it like a week after that because I was like, well, I don't really have anything cool to story about or really have the time. So I just uploaded that video onto my stories. But I do a lot of like pre-post where it's like I have the picture I took today was from like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
But I already on Sundays, maybe this is something you do, Autumn, but you pre-plan your post. You write out what you want to talk about, or maybe like you have certain messages you want to talk about, but if you just dump them out on paper or your notepad on your phone, and just have them ready to go. But you can actually put your picture with the post as a draft, and then when you're ready to post on Instagram, that's by how I post every day. I'm not having these profound moments at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday when I'm like wrangling the twins. It's I did that on Sunday night or Monday night, planning.
Totally.
This is the business, just like Autumn said. You treat it like a business, it'll treat you like the business. And so when you were like, I got to sit down and create my content for the week, I used to feel like I sound silly. I'm like, I'm not a blogger. I'm not that official. But that's what we do. We share our journey. And so you can be like proactive about it. Yeah. So on your busy days, because even my friend Megan that's on here, she's got a very demanding job too. And so it's like you can get creative when you're posting. And it may just be like I said, a quick picture on your story or like a graphic or something motivational, just something simple.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why PD is also helpful, because if you have a bunch of pictures of you or whatever, you can throw a little PD quote on your picture of you and bam. And then people are like, you're so inspirational. And you're like, cool. Just found that in a book like a week ago, but awesome.
Yeah, I know. And every post, guys, they don't have to be like this novel of a post. Like some of my I know for you too, Autumn, because you'll like throw up like funny picture or like a funny thing underneath a picture, and you get the most engagement with that. But that's how you find your people. They've got your sense of humor. Maybe you have a drink in your hand and they like the same drink or whatever, but it's just like you can really like connect with people that way and just start building connections,
For sure.
Sydney asked if there's an app or website you can use to time post ahead.
There probably is. I don't use it. I draft it out. I do use, there's like Planoly. I don't use Planoly, but I actually feel like people have told me Planoly is really great. I use one called Preview, where it lets me see, and it lets me see like what my posts are going to look like. Like it looks like my Instagram feed, but it's just an app. So I can put a couple of pictures up and decide, oh, do I really want to do that one or not? And it's helpful. I didn't do it at leadership. And then when I came back, I was like, oh, that's messy. You know what I mean? But like when I do remember to do it, like it looks really clean. And so I use that. It's called Preview. But some of my friends say Planoly is great, but I just found this one and it works for me. So.
Okay.
Can I suggest something that I do?
Yeah.
So Sydney, whenever I'm thinking of posts, I'll type them in my notes for like captions and stuff, and then I pick whatever pictures and I save them as a draft in my Instagram. So I don't know if that would help you, but that's what I do instead of using an app. So I thought I would.
Yeah, because Macy used to have the same thing, and I'm like, girl, you ain't busy. You're not that busy. But that's the thing. It's just like we have it in our head that we've got all these things going on, and you know, you can make it work. It's just maybe right now when you get off the call, you're like, okay, like I know a couple of my girls, they'll think of what they're posting for tomorrow and get it locked and loaded in their drafts, go to bed, wake up, and when they're ready to post, they hit submit.
Totally.
So, you know, just got to find what works for you and just play around, trial and error. Like you always have to be a learner in this business.
Mm-hmm. That's something they told us in leadership is stay in the learning lane.
Yeah.
Leaders stay in the learning lane. And I love that. So, yeah. We had this guy, I don't know, I actually had to miss Ashley's call. She might have said it, but we had this like guy on the unicycle and he was like, I could just be like right here riding my unicycle. Like, I'm so good. Look at me right here. He's like, but you know what? Then I'm never going to actually learn how to, you know, move the next thing. And I'm not really going to, you know, the kid who comes by and rides the unicycle past and is doing all these things and be like, oh, you're not so good. And he's like, then all the heads turn, you know what I mean? You can't just stay there, you know, complacency. I'm so good. Keep learning. Yeah.
Any other questions for Autumn? I always hate when it goes like awkward silence.
No, that's good. This is like, it's been an hour. I'm sorry you used up your whole hour.
No, this is good. I wanted you to. It's totally cool. All right, guys. Well, since I still have all of you on here, I want to take a picture real quick. You know, Kayla's going to take a picture. So y'all just smile and get ready because, you know, it's going on the gram. We're showing the community, right? All right. 1, 2, 3. Got it. All right, ladies. Well, I appreciate you, Autumn, for joining us tonight because this is not your normal team call night and just taking time to pour into my team. That's the beauty of this business, ladies, is everyone's here for each other. And I'll see you and your girls Monday night, right?
Yes. Thank you. Yay.
All right, ladies. Well, all my girls, thank you so much for hopping on and taking time to hang out with us and hope you have a great rest of your night. Love y'all. Bye.